blockchain does with collectible card games. Huge revenue streams, asset tokenization capabilities, marketplaces, rentable assets, and the open ERC 721 standard. I hope you guys listened and had a great time today. As I like to say to people, I can show you the future, but I can't make you see it. So please take this presentation home, understand it, and really, imbibe what the blockchain means for gaming for you. Thank you.
Awesome. How many of you have health insurance? How many of you pay too much for your health insurance? How many of you don't have health insurance and wish it was free, but not taxpayer-funded free? Right? Like we could totally have free health insurance using the blockchain if we do it right. And our next speaker, Brandon, from the health exchange market is going to explain how they are going to disrupt the current medical economy by introducing a new value in exchanging de-identified medical data on the blockchain. Welcome, Brandon. You're very much.
Hello, everyone. Welcome. So I'd first like to start out by saying thank you to everyone in attendance today, and special thanks to Alex and the COINVENTION team for putting this all together and having us here. So on that note, let's dive in. So my name is Brandon Buscaglia, and I'm the Director of Research and Development at the Health Exchange Market. And welcome to my presentation on reinventing medical research and discovery through the health exchange market. Guess not. Well, I can free-ball it, that's fine. Alright. So, before I get into what the health exchange market is, let me first give you a little backstory here so you can understand why this is so important. So back in the early and late 2000s, there was a big push from both industry and government to digitize patient records in order to improve the overall efficiency and delivery of the healthcare system. So finally, in 2009, Obama and the Obama administration approves the American Reinvestment and Recovery Act, and HITECH, which offered over $35 billion in incentives to the medical industry to adopt new electronic health record systems, or EHRs. So overall, this was a really good thing for the health industry. It helped to get patient information online and available on computers, help clinicians get more access to their patient data, and it helps speed up the industry tremendously. But there was a problem. So there was a survey conducted in 2014 after the Reinvestment Act was finalized to look at EHR adoption in the medical field. By 2014, 76% of all hospital systems had adopted at least basic EHR systems. This number is currently around 86% and growing. So the incentive program worked. It was fantastic. Everything had become digitized. Patient records were now online on these new EHR systems. Patient turnaround rate has risen concurrently with EHR adoption. Clinicians have more access to information. They can make more informed decisions. Now, the problem is health information exchanges. How do we transfer those electronic health records to other patient providers so all doctors can have patient information to make more informed decisions? So in the same 2014 survey, they looked at not only EHR adoption, but how many of those same institutions who had EHR adoption, how many were capable of sending or receiving EHRs from other hospital systems. and that number was only 64% of that amount. So essentially, you have this huge burst of digitization in the medical industry, but they failed to create a framework for which this data can be interoperable with other EHR systems. So the overall result of this is a huge amount of digitization, but a massive amount of stagnation in the data as well. The data had become frozen within the institutions that it belonged to. So now, going to healthcare today. These EHR systems, they have now adopted better HIE capabilities. The number of hospital systems that have EHR capabilities, over 80% of them now have HIE capabilities, and they can send and receive EHR information from and to other hospital systems. But these EHR systems, they're not interoperable. So what does that mean? Well, these data sets are clunky. They're massive, and you cannot homogenize them because they're not interoperable. Every EHR system operates on a different standard. And so you have all this separated patient information in all these different EHR systems, and they can't be homogenized and they can't be combined to produce any quality large data sets for research purposes, analytical purposes, or just flat out making clinical decisions on an everyday basis for your patient provider. So now we're introducing the health exchange market. And we hope that this is the solution to this interoperability and stagnation of data issue. And so, to give you the 2-second version, we hope to become the Amazon meets healthcare. What Amazon did for the retail industry, we plan to do to mobilize medical data. So we are creating a foundation for a sustainable and self-perpetuating market. An economy in the medical industry that is powered by data and powered by collaboration within institutions to fund and promote scientific discovery. And so where previous advancements have failed in the medical industry, we hope to give them the tools to not only improve upon what we're currently facing, but the foundation to take the next step, the next phase. And that is obviously where it all is going, putting things on the blockchain. And so it makes sense, just thinking about it, that patient records will eventually go on a blockchain system. But there's going to be competition, there's going to be many blockchain systems, and so the issue still may arise of how do we combine these data sets, and how do we have access to more and more data, and not just segments of data, but the big picture. And so we have 9 main components that we've developed in our company. And something that's important to understand is our company has been around for about 1.5 years now. And we were what I like to refer to as a stealth startup. And what I mean by that is we kept ourselves out of the public eye. We had a lot of investments offered to us, and we denied them all. We wanted to keep this internal, to make sure that we were comfortable with our development, so that we didn't make any false promises or portray advertisements that were not correct. And that's a big issue in the blockchain community right now. You see a lot of projects coming out. They hit you with their ICO right away. We're going to do this, we're going to do that. We're going to reinvent this, we're going to change everything. And now we're getting a couple of years later, and things are not happening, developments are behind. So what we've done, we've already developed the utility. we developed our platform and all the surrounding tools for the marketplace before we implemented the cryptocurrency. And our marketplace already is live. We've already acquired a market. We have a proof of concept. And we have a live platform already running behind the scenes, an automated peer-to-peer or business-to-business marketplace. So what we hope to do is to use the tools that we've already created. And the 9 main tools that we've created are the commercial marketplace, automated commercial marketplace. And then the next thing you have to think about is, okay, we have to come back to the issues of standardization in these EHR systems. How do we homogenize this data? Well, we've already developed de-identification and standardization kits in which we can sell to the health exchange market to collect this data in a way that's transferable throughout the marketplace. We've also developed consultation services. We've got a team of experts at the health exchange market that consult with major firms all over the United States on research projects. We help them discover the value in their data, what their data is worth, and to whom. And then we've developed the rest of the tools that go into the marketplace, monetization algorithms, and now we're building the blockchain on top of that. And so we have a full utility already operational, and we have a testnet live where we've been running behind the scenes. So every participant on the network has a ghost that we run for them on the health exchange market. And every transaction is already recorded. And now we are working to move to the next phase, and that's to launch a live testnet in which participants can interact with our blockchain. And so our next phase is really our developing for user interaction and increase efficiency of the system we've already created. And so to kind of wrap this up, we're announcing our token, but we're doing a 2-token system, a securities token and a utility token. And the securities token is a proof of stake that will allow decentralization over time in the industry, allow the industry to control how the data moves, and any rules and regulations involving in the market, we are going to allow through our proof of stake system voting rights in order to decide those issues. So kind of wrap this up and to give you an idea of where we're heading. We have a tour coming up. We've announced a Cure Tour. We are traveling the world over the next year and a half, advertising to major hospital systems, major corporations, and trying to cure or improve at least 5 diseases and fund at least 10 projects in the healthcare and research space. So I want you to think about this real quick. In just the time that we've had market operation, our proof of concept, we've connected $2 billion corporations, and at this time I cannot disclose the names, but once it becomes published, I can. Why? These $2 billion corporations, we collaborated with them and combined their data to improve diagnostic accuracy of a specific type of breast cancer from 67% to 87%, translating to about 25 to 50,000 lives that are going to be affected from something that the health exchange market did. Think about how much we can change at full adoption. Thank you.
I look forward to having no press pressure whatsoever. That would be wonderful. I never even think it's going to ever maybe come down to bite, so what is it, 50% likelihood that it certainly is that. So right now, I would like to introduce our next presenter. He's fantastic. He is working on human-centric design. And I don't know, I don't think it's too much of a stretch to ask, who here remembers the 90s? Anyone? Okay, good. I don't feel so old. Thank you. To the rest of you, I'll just give you a quick little recap on a small part of it. Remember when we had the AOL CD? The AOL CD was like, you couldn't get it that many of these. You couldn't check out at a convenience store. You couldn't get your groceries. You couldn't go to the, it used to be a place where it's like Netflix, but it was a store, and you had to go and rent movies. You couldn't go to one of those without an AOL CD either. And the AOL CD was taking what we knew was consumable and familiar technology and bringing people with a familiar tool into an unfamiliar place of the internet. And that did a huge amount to bring in massive adoption, right? That just completely changed what the internet now looks like because it was able to bring the average person into a very new space and made it not just technology, it made it everyday use. Well, we are looking at the same design issues now in terms of user interface. I have my opinions. I think the smartphone is the current CD, but regardless, we have people designing for new user adoption. And that is exactly what our next speaker is going to be talking about. Samson Williams, the founder of Maxes and Eggs. He's talking about human-centered design and user interface. So please give a huge welcome to Samson Williams. Thank you.
Hey, how's everyone doing today? Very excited to be here. I didn't know I was going to talk about human-centered design, so I actually don't know what that means. As a human, any fellow humans in the room? Excellent. Only some of you raise your hand. That's very good to know. As a human, I do like things that are designed well and designed easy. If I had my iPhone up here, I would be like the history of the world in the palm of your hand, one button. Right? It's such a great design. And so when we're coming up to this conference, I was wondering, what do people do at conferences? I asked Maureen, she's in the car, and I was like, what do people do at conferences? I don't even know. And so we were talking about it, and I couldn't think, why were we coming up here to this conference? This is like a serious question. Like, why are we coming up here to this conference? I said, are we going to sell something? I was like, I don't think we have anything to sell.